Hey everyone! It's Lumen. Hope you're all doing well today. Lots of news in the Agricola world as an anonymous person, not me, took the time to analyze over 2,000 games that have happened with the new set of cards. This wasn't me. I mean, I'm happy to see these, but very surprised to see them also. The list does look legitimate to me. I just finished a post in the ban list forum advocating for Little Peasant Work Certificate and Trade Teacher, and a few cards I was thinking of suggesting to ban before seeing this rankings list. So, yeah, I guess. Nice one, CW. And hello, everyone. Okay, we're in a game here against the Game 666, Crunchy PB, and Papikos. As is almost tradition now, I'm in the 4th seat. Lame. What isn't lame is that I have a hand truck here with a potential to wheel steam machine. That is decidedly not lame. Cow Prince, Young Farmer, both pretty good, but given that I have a hand truck here, I think Cow Prince is the pick. We'll try to remember Bell Founder, but... oh my god, y'all. It is not me. I am trying to do stats above board. Okay, it's not worth the risk for me. I would have been happy enough suggesting 4 more cards than I did. Okay. Kind of want to take Wooden Way Bucket here. I don't particularly like Stockyard with Hand Truck because they both want you to have a stone early. Wooden Way Bucket could be good. Pet Lover's a combo with Steam Machine, that is true. Hey Zizek, and hello to the Sooners, Sivier and Sam. Hello Merrick. So, the miners here, I mean, I don't think Muckrake is good here. With Cow Prince, I want a 6-space single pasture and 2 1x1s.
Hi, Smiley Face.
Hi, Smiley Face, Econ Sean. Thanks so much for the tier 1 and the 15. The 15 months. That's crazy. I'll say it for you, Econ Sean. That is poggers. Yeah, I don't really know where I'm going here. Stonebuyer and Tree Cutter both seem okay here. I don't especially want Pet Lover. Maybe that's a little crazy, but I don't think I want Pet Lover. So I'll take the Stonebuyer. And if I'm taking Stonebuyer, which I think I'll have food for, by the way, because of Hand Truck, Wood Way Bucket or Stockyard are both good enough. Probably Way Bucket. I don't want to distract myself from Oven. Sam, would I pick Oven Firing Boy over Grocer with a hand truck? Yeah, you bet I would. These don't look particularly exciting. Small Trader with Young Farmer that I passed could be fun. Wildlife Reserve, not particularly interesting unless I get like 8 cows somehow, but that doesn't seem very likely at this point. Forest Stone is, like, fine. Yeah. I think I like Priest here, too. Kind of on the back of nothing else looking good. I don't think I have a particularly great need for Case Builder here. Best thing about Pet Lover is taking 1 cow, then starting for 2 cows. Sivir, what about the world where someone else Pet Lover is a cow, and then I start player for 2 cows before they can start player for 2 cows? Priest I don't feel committed to. Right, Sivir. Of course. Given that I did take Wooden Way Bucket, I guess that's a little more case to have taken Pet Lover, but... You like Small Trader, Cosmo? My idea is that I'm getting Steam Machine back. If I don't get Steam Machine back, I'm gonna have problems, especially with no baking in this pack. If Steam Machine doesn't come back, now I'm gonna be in a sad place. Fodder Chamber, probably good enough here. I plan on getting a lot of cows. I don't have veggies, so getting cows off of Greengrocer doesn't seem super easy. How good is Tree Farm Joiner here? Tree Farm Joiner should be just okay. House Steward, I feel like I'm not gonna win. Housebook Master is a consideration. Automatic Trough could be an out for Cow Prince. That's true. It might go around the table too. I mean, I feel like the Toilet and Rocky Terrain are more likely to be taken than Water Trough, and I think Water Trough is a likelier last pick than Trellises. Given that I like my minor improvements so far, and I'm probably going to like a couple more of them, Tree Farm Joiner makes sense on a hand where I might be doing more farming. But I have enough food for a big house if I hit Steam Machine. It's a very interesting pick. I agree it's Tree Farmer, House Steward. Housebook Master is fun, but I don't think the food is going to help me a lot. I'm not sure House Steward's a D-draft. Thank the Lord. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna be okay. Riparian Builder, more interesting than Wall Builder. Hey, the Expend 9, you got it. The artist formerly known as Prince will be the first cow. So bad, Norden? Yeah, I mean, feel free to say that. I mean, I agree it's not that good. But I'm never going to use the others. Nest site. Yeah. I guess. Actually, I get a food or I can build. Depending on what happens with Reed Bank. It's great. And then I think I'm de-drafting Fish Friend. I doubt I'm using it myself. I don't think I'm using Minstrel. Pet Lover did get taken. Nope, nobody took Small Trader. That's odd. I find that odd. Wool Blankets is more playable than Basket here. And I mean, I could get some food out of Small Trader this game. Right, Zizak. That is you, in a nutshell. Alright, so we've got Oven, or we don't have Oven Firing Boy, but we have Hand Truck Steam Machine, which is fantastic. So my early game is going to be trying to get that. Nest Site is generally good early, but yeah. That's a first pick Woodcutter, by the way, from the House Steward pack. House Steward, Tree Farm Joiner in the pack. I would not pick Woodcutter there. There was also a Woodworker, the Basket that I didn't take. Maybe if they pick Forest Plow as their first miner, or Forestry Studies, then Woodcutter makes more sense, but... I get an Auk here. So I'm playing House Steward. If this gives 3 points to someone else, so be it, but this is an action that moves my game forward significantly, and it's not named Riparian Builder, so... Fish Friend is a complete distraction. Why am I gonna spend time taking fishing here when someone might take traveling right after, and I have all the food in the world with Hand Truck Steam Machine? Doesn't make sense. I was gonna say I'll start with Nest Site. Now I won't. Mining Hammer for Pathikos. A little interesting. Day Labor's not out of the question. If I had Major Miner available, I would just Major Miner one of these two. But I think that just means it's Plow O'Clock. I was prepared for a game where I get no fields, by the way. Like, this hand could have ended on something like 4 grain, 1 veg, no fields, 5 rooms, and a Cow Prince. I get another Auk option here, but I don't get Reedstone, which is an issue because I want a Reedstone and a 4 clay. Though a 3 clay is probably okay. So I want to start player second action with Hand Truck or Steam Machine. Probably just Hand Truck. Yeah, start player Hand Truck into Reedstone, 3 clay. Next round, round 4, X Clay Oven. I can't wait for Red to get even 2 food. Yeah, Bulldozer, I don't think the read is worth it right now, especially when I'm planning to read stone off of start player. We have an excavator from Crunchy. The fact they didn't play that round one is kind of mystifying to me. What a question, Plumbob. Do I think all the occupations live together in one zany town? No, I think they're all spread across medieval Europe. I think this might have been the wrong wood action for Red to take. I would have taken the cops. Wait. No, that's not right. No, that was the right wood action to take. Never mind. I'm crazy. Major flips here. That's nice. Kind of. I mean, it gives me more chances of getting major next round. I might even get 4 clay here, which would be amazing, but I'm happy enough with 3. I'd be surprised for the oven to be taken by anyone else here. It would be disruptive. Crunchy did buy a stone, and looks like buying another, probably. Pico's gonna buy a cookery now, I think. Hopefully not oven. So, it looks like I'm going first next round. I think it's 2 read. Barterer for Pepicos. Free, that's nice. Yeah, 2 read looks pretty good here. If Major Minor gets blocked, I for sure can feed off of Traveling Fishing or Resource Market. Was it bad to resource market and build? No, the only risk is that I lose Clay Oven in some worlds more easily. I think it's kind of obvious how important Clay Oven is for my game, so I'm just gonna put a big priority on it. That's more or less what I'm thinking here. Also, I don't think this is much of a disaster. Traveling better than fishing? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really gonna matter. But maybe you're right. Crunchy's gonna day labor again. Paying for even more stone. Probably looking at buying the well. Pepicos can build or start here. You liked Stone Oven fairly safe backup? Early Reno. Norden, the risk is Papikos renovating. And it loses the upside of Papikos not parking. On the other hand, Priest. Start build doesn't usually work against Barterer. Fireplace for Papikos. I think I'm like one action too slow to try to run Riparian Builder shenanigans. What's this? Start Stockyard from Crunchy. Papikos can just take 2 sheep right now. But Papikos is awking? Not requiring Papikos to start is not what I would be doing. Clay Deliveryman in the game is amazing news for, well, actually, no. All this clay is getting Bell-founded. Why is Papikos bothering with a fireplace? Lake Grow is great for this Reno plan. Let's see if Papikos defends start player. I'm not taking 6 wood. I'm playing Priest. Ooh. Well, I'm still not taking 6 wood. Papikos can't play Bellfounder. I don't know why Papikos didn't take 2 sheep second action last move. Or last round. I'm gonna try expensive Hawking Priest. I mean, I'm not sure it's a throw for blue if they foresaw the Pepiko's food issue. I think I am playing Riparian Builder, which is kind of fun. Because I don't know how many rooms I need to build this game, but Riparian Builder should provide the actions in time, I think. Red taking starts puts us growing in round 10. Yeah. Does Teal get jumped? Oh, maybe Teal does get jumped. Yeah, huh. I might still be growing second. It depends. On how badly Pepikos' food screwed. It looks like pretty bad after Crunchy took Reedstone. Pepikos saying always frustrating to sit fourth in rounds 2 through 4. That's not what happened. I took start player once. Is this build or Riparian Builder? This is a big-time trust move if I go for it. Trust that Red is gonna build more rooms. I did put a house steward in the game. We're going upside, baby. Look, I can always build a room normally. Yeah, bulldozer content. Think of the content. We got 32 viewers here. That's pretty nice. Thanks all for joining me on this Monday. food chest does as the miner from red. Locking in their food for this harvest. I'd probably build a room if... Well, if Crunchy tries to start build... Do I do something about it? I think Papikos does something about it. Reedstone food, well, I do want to take more Reedstone food because of, encouraging Riparian Builder to trigger more. Oh, a Hawk Tower. And we know Papiko's last move is going to be Bellfounder. I'm gonna say the wood is a little too important right now. We got there! Let's go! Who needs a fish friend when I could be a riparian friend? When I could have a riparian friend. Well for Crunchy here. Bellfounder. Not Bellfounder? Huh? If Papikos is trying to be cute with Clay Deliveryman and trying to, like, spend this 2 play on renovating, I think that's just wrong, but... Yeah, because this is just so bad tempo. Such bad tempo for, yeah. Anyway, I'm starting with Steam Machine my first move next round. This move could be a bunch of things. 4 clay, plow, 3 wood are all reasonable. Reedstone's not terrible. I'm gonna go for the wood, though. Yeah, Rainier, it's tough times for Papikos there. Papikos has spent too much time doing weird food stuff, in my opinion. If Bellfounder's in hand, just the fact that Bellfounder hasn't been going is pretty rough. Alright, looking to take clay and bake with the second action. That's the ideal. 6 clay, 5 clay, 3 stone, 3 wood. I guess I'll take any of those with a bake. Crunchy might get jumped again here. We're all ready for the next Riparian. What am I growing with? Way Bucket or Forest Stone? Probably Way Bucket? Two sheep, stable bake, second action? There's gonna be 3 on the spot, but I could only hold 2. Crunchy's game seems pretty done. Yeah, they don't have clear wood source. Their growth is bad time. Because they spent so much time excavating and didn't prioritize reed enough. They could have taken 2 reed second action or first action of round 2. But the 2 reed floated to Papico's 5th. What did Crunchy do round 2? Maybe Crunchy took Reedstone. But with Excavator, I feel like 2 reed is more sensible in a lot of ways. Anyway, doesn't super matter. Yeah, man, I think my feeding is clearly best, though we had a clue that might be the case. We have a Pet Lover, which can't activate yet. Well, it can activate on the pig. Oh, that's true, Sivir. Should we all be believers in even 2 food? Or maybe we're all supposed to believe in even 2 food. Also, because of Red's food struggles, Crunchy is gonna get to grow here. I can take 4 stone or 3 sheep, depending on what Papico's takes, and I don't know, both look pretty important. Okay, Crunchy having rammed clay makes that excavator a lot better. I guess I'm only getting 4 stone with my bake. It is a high stone game, so 4 stone isn't quite as good as usual. That said, 4 stone's a lot of stone. I have fodder chamber, forest stone, a stone oven I'd like to buy, and I can just rent out a stone also, if Wool Blankets doesn't come. Exactly, Norden. It's really too bad. Praise be to Hand Truck. Crunchy taking 3 wood means Pipikos is not getting 6. I think. I feel like Pipikos should be reedstoning, but is instead playing Soil Scientist? Yeah, I basically have to get 1 or 2 more fields and 15 fences up, and I'm set. Even 2 food, by the way. For a scientist was PowerPoint 16. Amazing. Well, it's nice that early Reno for the Priest and Riparian Builder worked out, because there are worlds where they weren't working out, like early growth. But if it was early growth, I was still ready with a room, I think. So... overall, happy with how I've played this so far. Late cows. Unfortunate. I could try to start build, but my game's pretty good if I don't press it. So I don't feel an inclination to press on that. Automatic water trough starts to come around. That's a great sign. I am aiming to take an accumulation space last here. And hopefully take 1 or 2 before that. Which means I don't really want to plow this round. Well, it's probably fine. A lot of things are probably fine here. Maybe water trough isn't coming around. Tree, wood, and plow both look good here. Three wood keeps better hand truck options open for the last move. The hand truck options being stone oven, any resource accumulation, and possibly sow a grain. No, we're not grain utilizing this round. Keelmite fence. They could. Or they could give me a room. I'm okay with this one. Riparian Builder OP, by the way. I won't start build, but I'll build for free and then start. 2 wood with a bake seems great. Little stick for red. Okay. Oh, when you said blue was gonna fence, I forgot about ram clay. I totally forgot about ram clay. Yeah, they can totally fence. I can plow or take the 2 wood. What an embarrassment of riches. I think I'm just supposed to plow here. Grow second. And cow or 2 sheep third. Though Crunchy's telling me I can fence. Forgive the vacuuming. This seems more important. This shuts off Riparian. If I don't win House Steward on 4 rooms, will I live with myself? I think I probably will. Sadly, I don't have wood for a stable on sheep. I'll get as many cows as I can, but no real promises here. The cows could easily be taken by Crunchy or Papikos, I think. I could fence smaller. That's true, I could have fenced smaller. Pottery for Crunchy, not a big fan. Stone Oven gets taken. So that avenue to extra points is gone. But I'm a Reedstone food away from having enough stone. Oh no, I'm in 4 rooms now, so I'm not quite at the stone I need, but there is stone buyer. There's a BMW also. Red just said wow in game chat, and I'm not sure why. The Pico's bought Stone Oven. Oh, instead of renovating, that's why. But, well, also, Crunchy blocked the Housebook, or the, not Housebook Master, the Hawk Tower. Really nice when you're ahead and your opponents interfere with each other. Nice feeling. Yeah, exactly, Norden. I don't think I was ever getting a 5th room. It just doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, I agree, Dr. Bois. Yeah, I mean, from my experience playing with Crunchy on... Not much on here, but on Play Agricola, Crunchy does tend to be a little blocky. But, I mean, that's something you gotta watch out for when you're at strong tables, is people are gonna get in your way when they can. So much pet love happening on Red's farm. If they get fields, they're in good shape. Not amazing shape, but... Alright, let's see what flips here. I'm thinking I'm not getting the cows. Which is too bad. I'm thinking maybe I should have taken 1 cow after grow, like I originally planned. Well, even then, Red probably doesn't let me do that. So... Cow Prince was the first pick, so at least that part is hidden knowledge. I don't think that'll necessarily stop anyone. Though we have to hope that wooden plows are too important for Picos and Crunchy, given that they have some animals already. It's nice that we can get the big stone room even if it doesn't get placed. The fact that Crunchy is spending time taking cows when they need wooden plows this badly, or wood/clay and plows this badly, is a good sign for beating them. Alright, with Pepiko's fencing here, I think that means sheep is a much better move, even though I don't have wood for the stable. Crunchy has last action grow, supposedly. Picos is taking the boar. That's just a little unfortunate. Okay, how do I close this game out? I am gonna take wood, because, it comes with a food, it's an accumulation space, gives me stuff to weigh bucket, opens up joinery, but beyond that, what are my wants and what are my needs? Manger for Crunchy. Pico's starting. Nice to see. Mini pasture. Didn't know that was in the game. I'm not super high on Reedstone. Kind of looking at the 3 Reed. Because I have Stonebuyer as a stone move. Alternatively, these actions that Pepicos has been vegging on with Soil Scientist have 2 extra clay attached. I could just take veg and green utilize. Play is just tie breaks. I should be real that I'm not playing Fodder Chamber. I don't have the grain for that. Unless I go... Reed is correct here. I think Red was considering building a 5th room for House Steward. And yeah, I think I take an accumulation space here. Gain 4 grain, bake a bread. That felt okay. I just got cultivation here. That's okay with me. Happy to sow these 3. What's the Reno queue looking like? Pretty empty until people take Reed. Alright, this is now looking pretty won. That's awesome. I should consider playing Stonebuyer this round. It's crunchy on Resource Market. Instead of, like, 4 clay. Crunchy hates fences. I think I'm not supposed to worry about start. The one sheep going is a little unfortunate. I wanted it. Ock? Roof baluster. I was expecting wood carrier. That's only Crunchy's second Ock, and 6 improvements. Reno fireplace? Stable? Okay, so now the Reno queue is not good. I think I'm gonna try to get Pig Bake last action here. Is joinery worth it? Not being able to start with fodder planter is kind of annoying here. This I can just do a normal stables move on. I'm gonna take joinery right now. Is this... So the reason this would be good is if I give up on Reno. No, that just seems bad. No, find a different plan, Lumen. Find a different plan. Just play Stonebuyer. I can't really think right now. Screw it, I just take a veg. I'm sure there was a better line. Roof ladder's nice. Okay, I'm not getting Reno. I mean, my counterpoint, Norden, is that I don't really think starting nets me more points in the long run. Than trying to, like, play fodder and joinery. Now I need a major and minor. Red gonna Reno joinery. Makes sense. Crunchy gonna run fence. Pepicos has Plowsow available, but could grow instead. Could take 2 sheep instead. Let's see, right now I'm ending at 7 animals, so 2 sheep is... One cow is probably better than 2 sheep. Yeah. One cow, cow prince, fodder chamber, wool blankets is a possible endgame for me. That seems pretty good. Yeah, Pepicos doesn't have the wood for automatic water trough. Fodder is like net 4 points, so that is worth doing. Oh, you know what else might happen this game? I might break the 4 people 4 clay rooms curse. Also, I'm fed. How cool is Hand Truck? Red might be building a room, but joinery just seems better, right? Yeah, they're doing joinery. What do you mean, heroic logic? It's a perfectly valid strat depending on what your goals are. Dream house. Yep. Papico's gonna grow here. I have no purpose for cultivation. It's great for red. But I believe cattle market is my best action. We'll reorganize later. Now have 7 animals on pace for 9. 2 sheep is worth 2 points. 1 for the sheep, 1 for the weigh bucket. Cow prince is 3 points. Fodder planter or fodder chamber is 5. Two sheep does enable wool blankets. That is correct. No time for wool blankets? I think we might have time for it. Well, we might have had time for it, now we don't. Oh, no, never mind. You're right. Y'all are right. Okay. I stopped tracking. Playing the fodder chamber first. I'm supposed to start it so I can build BMW. Yeah, I wasn't looking at everyone else's majoring ability. You're correct. If we got Grow, there were party organizer plans. Oh, man. I could have been a 3-point party organizer if Pepicos gave me Grow. That's pretty amusing. Pipiko's gonna wood barter fence 2. Not a great action, but sometimes that's all you got. And then, 1 grain's not a point. Oh, I had enough grain? I thought I didn't have enough grain. I have enough grain. So, my last move is just tie breaks? Because I played fodder on the wrong space. Yep. Stable? Oh, yeah, true. I have stable. Oh, I'm really not focusing. I do think I won by like 10 though, so I'll give myself a pass. Red has a fine game, but not enough. Pico's grabbing a veg. I think Eastern Quarry probably better. Pico's not grabbing a veg. Okay, pretty sure I broke the 4 people, 4 clay rooms curse. I feel like this is low 50s, like 51. You finally did an 8-point Lord. Nice, Zach. Yeah, and Red has a nice farm, but Joinery's their only real ceiling there. Red's not understanding Mephico's question of how often Forest Scientist triggered. I was not tracking. Green, no farmland, that's correct, Hades. Sounds like a lot of fun, Zach. Your games are always very creative these days. Me, I'm just running boring hand truck steam machine. Alright, so not quite as high as I thought. Close. I mean, I had a close estimate. Red was a little closer than I realized, but definitely clear ahead of Crunchy and Paficos there. Game MVP, clearly Riparian Builder. Extremely clear Riparian Builder MVP. Yeah, just having hand truck steam machine meant that I had a lot of flexibility in my early game because I knew I had gobs of food coming in later. Prioritizing clay oven, I don't regret at all. Improvements don't count as people. Yeah, this worked out. Not perfect, but definitely good. 3 more cows would have been like 5 more points, obviously, but we can dream. Yeah, I mean, if you can hand truck multiple times, like, hand truck being triggered 6 times is definitely a winning line, in my opinion. We got 11 grain from hand truck on 6 procs. So, yeah, that was good. That game went relatively quick. I don't have time for another one, but we do have time to talk a little stats. And just browse the new stats drop together. Because if you missed it, we had an anonymous person generate statistics. So, 2647 games with the new set of cards, with any kind of draft, minimum elo 200. And split up into no additional spaces with additional spaces. Yeah, it's not me. I don't know how there were this many games that didn't have bans on, but I guess I played in 1 or 2 of them, so yeah, never mind. There was a time where people like Bulldozer were experimenting with the banned cards to realize how much worse Cow Prince was compared to Braggart and stuff like that. Which is fair if you don't have enough experience with Braggart. Alright, so this is the table that we care about. So maybe I should try to put this into a Google Sheet so we can view more than like 12 rows at a time. Yeah. What happened in that one game where nobody drafted Big Country? I don't know, Sivir. Whoever did this data probably doesn't have play-by-play for any specific game. All right. You're shocked Little Peasant doesn't score better, but I agree with Gray. Even though Little Peasant isn't rating among the highest, doesn't mean it shouldn't be banned, because we have other factors that kind of justify banning that aren't just strength. Because we've all, I think there's enough agreement that annoyance is also a factor. So, begging student in Big Country, small sample. Crosscut wood carriage trip, also small sample. Not performing well. Yeah, exactly, Dr. Bois. Alright, so in general, what we're looking for in terms of if something should be banned is anything with high power and very high average draft pick. Because if cards are not getting picked as early as their strength shows, like Lettuce Patch is an average draft pick 3, that means it's kind of underrated and gets picked more by winning players. So there's like correlation there. So average draft picks close to 1 really control for that correlation possibility and really just say, you know, it doesn't matter who's picking this, it's a strong card. So we want power rankings that are significantly higher than the other cards and high average draft picks if we want to fully justify a ban choice on strength. So, you know, this list says that there is no card that isn't already banned that should be banned for strength, based on data alone. Now, the other way things get banned is if the community just agrees that something is too annoying. I claim that cards with super high variance are bannable, and, you know, if we don't trust the stats for some reason, and I think that Trade Teacher is one of those cards, where I think Trade Teacher is just better than this. The stuff it gives is... This doesn't represent how good Trade Teacher is, in my opinion. So, that's my opinion. Repook is showing as extremely strong. This isn't too surprising. Its draft pick is 2.5, is what I would say is low for how good it is. So, you know, draft Repook more, but it's definitely showing off as very good. I didn't think Lover would be this good. It's not overpowered, but it's still very good. I'm glad that Basket Carrier is showing up as very strong. It deserves to be considered this highly. I'm very relieved to see that Carpenter's Parlor isn't like a 5 power, because before the new cards it was showing up as very close to bannable, but this is a card that does deserve to be picked as highly as it gets picked, but isn't overwhelmingly high power. Informant is something I thought I was going to argue for a ban. I'm a little surprised its power is only 4.2. I think it's stronger than that. Play Supports is a super high variance card. I think it leads to a lot of degenerate strategies, so I was also going to suggest it to be banned before seeing this list. Power 4.16, very strong. Average draft pick 1.4, makes a ton of sense. But power not over 5, so I don't think I could call it ban-worthy currently. You agree on Lover, Rainier? Well, the X-Pen, I was gonna claim Play Supports as like a 5.5, so, hey the Nerdy Steve. Yeah, no worries. So, in general, let me back up a bit. Because I should back up a little bit. And do that. So, power is a standardized rating of card strength based on how often a card shows up on the winner's farm. And power is standardized to a deck of 500 cards to say, this is the percent of winning farms that feature this card, if we assume that there's a 500 card deck. Right now we are actually very close to a 500 card deck, so this is very close to the percentage of winning farms that the card shows up on. So a power of 5, to give that more context, historically when power calculations are done for Agricola, the community will agree to ban a certain set of cards, and usually the threshold for banning those cards is when their power is around 5 or 5.5. So if I thought Play Supports was going to have power 5.5, that means I think it should be bannable based on strength, but its power is significantly below that 5 or 5.5 threshold. It only shows up on 4% of all winning farms instead of 5. And, you know, you might think that's not a huge difference, and you might be right, but in the long run, that's the threshold that the community tends to think is ban-worthy or not. So, hope that explains it well. Cow Prince higher than Mason and Tiller. Yeah, that is a little surprising, isn't it? Braggart has just a small sample size in this set. I think I saw it. Yeah, I mean, 10 deals of Caravan, but you're not going to say that Caravan's not ban-worthy, right? It's just a small sample. Yeah, House Artist is showing up higher than I expected. It showed up as like a good card during Play Agricola playtesting, but House Artist is definitely doing well on BGA here. CW's explanation seems okay, but Woodhut Extender saves you wood. Regardless, Woodhut Extender's like down here somewhere. I thought I saw Woodhut Extender like surprisingly low. Well, no, Bulldozer, that's the thing. Like, if cards have high power and, like, average draft pick surprisingly, like, late in the draft, you do have to, like, downgrade how strong you think Lettuce Patch is because there's a correlation of higher rated players picking it. Braggart, I think, is below Caravan on this list, but on, like, 20 plays, so who cares? Animal Reef should be picked higher. That's not too surprising. I've seen it picked late a lot. Cesspit is showing up as strong. This one's surprising. Hardware Store has a power of 4 with a very early average draft pick. I guess I just need to play Hardware Store a few times to realize how good it is, but it's something that doesn't really make sense to me. Skillful Renovator showing up as strong is good. Priest is up a lot in the new cards with all the new Reno cards. This isn't too surprising. You'll notice that I drafted Priest and House Steward this last game. I did know that they were boosted up in the power ratings recently. So, you know. Hardware Store Junior Artist. Yeah, Junior Artist enables all the day labor cards. Ooh, that's a good point, Rainier. It could be that. Education bonus rated pretty high, above Brewery Pond. Though again, you have some ADP issues, so in reality, with the powers this close and the ADPs over a pick apart, Brewery Pond's still better than Education bonus in my opinion. Like, it's true, like, value of Brewery Pond is better than Education bonus, but yeah, Ed bonus good. Mining Hammer, still disrespected with the 3.5 average draft pick. Sleeping Corner being good. There was a time where I thought Sleeping Corner was significantly overrated, but maybe it's doing fine again. I think in CD there were just so many big houses that if you were going small house, you didn't have too much competition for Urgent Wish anyway in some games. Can we get an objective? No, CW, because Barrow Pusher can give early play and stuff. Yeah, Cesspit was really high. Foreign Aid doing well. Game Catcher's nice and high here. Pond Hut. I don't get how Pond Hut's up here. I guess it has some ADP issues, just like Game Catcher and Foreign Aid, but you're not gonna ever see me call Pond Hut being better than Throwing Axe. Like, you're never gonna catch me saying that. Pretty much exact same power in ADP. I think Throwing Axe is clearly better, but maybe that's playstyle. Pet Lover showing up is good. WTF. Forest Reviewer, the card that gives a bunch of read when Forest and Grove are taken. Kinda low power, but high ADP, so. Exactly 2 Ox is my problem with it. Exactly 2 Ox is my Pond Up problem. Get it out, it's great. Yeah, but... Thrall, I don't know the answer. I simply don't know. Wood Barterer, a little low here. Wood Carrier, pretty low compared to where I'd expect it. Not a huge ADP either. I think it should be drafted higher, but then again, the power's not super high, so I don't really know what's going on. Loom's very low, yeah. CW, are you trying to get banned? Well, Sivir, like, you don't have to play it after playing all of your improvements. You just play it as a wood action when you need a wood action, and it's great. Let's see here. Oh no, Trellis is fine. Trellis is what I'm expecting to not be high. Little Peasant, 3.15. And this is the one where, like, it only won 56 out of 209 plays. I'd be really curious to see the stats with an even higher elo threshold. There's a few of these where I'd really be curious about what things look like on a higher elo threshold. Wheel Plow, I think, is like way too low here. I think it's better than 3.1, even on a high ADP. Hand Plow is doing interestingly well here. Animal Teacher this low, not what I would have expected. Field Fence is only a 3.1, just seems wrong. Sharky 3.1 is high. I'm starting to think there's still a lot of games with, like, good and strong BGA ELO players that are the bulk of this data. Obviously, Gray's not going to stand for this collector disparagement. I think so too, Gray. I think so too. I agree, Bulldozer. If it's possible, that should be done, but... yeah, similar to Trade Teacher, I think people are playing Little Peasant wrong on average, too. Wood Hut Extender, Mole Plow. I think Mole Plow is definitely better than this. It's easy to get distracted off of Beer Keg. Lord of the Manor being 3. No, Lord is really, really good. Haydryer 2.9. I'm sorry, no. I mean, do I think this list is real data analyzed correctly? Yes. Do I think it's a true showing of how good each card is? Iffy. Excavator better than Lord, yeah. Yeah, we're still in top 20%. This list is 500 long. Beer Table we haven't seen yet. Beer Table's right here. Just as strong as Caravan. Yeah, in general, these stats aren't super applicable for super high-level tables, I don't think. But it is a good representation of what the community at large is doing. So, look, having this, so much better than not having this, right? So much better than not having this. So, let's first off be thankful that it exists. Then we should be skeptical about some of these results. Trust our own judgment. Potter Ceramics, a lot lower without high rate of baking cards. Private Teacher, 2.77. Feels wrong. Hedgekeeper back up to closer to average. We're now in, like, the average above average range. Seeing Little Stick here is a bit surprising, but maybe I should try it more. Tumbrel is kind of high. 4.7 ADP, though. Sheep provider's kind of low for where I'd expect. Tumbril stands in chat. Sorry, milk jug truthers. Half-timbered house, average. Stew, average. Forest trader, average. Confidant? Yo, this... Confidant needs to go up. Established person, average. Though it only gets played 2/3 of the time. Roof baluster. Look at this. Roof baluster only played 105 out of 230. I do think Roof Baluster's a lot worse in this set. NCW, I'm sure a lot of these are reflecting difficulty to play. That is for sure. A lot of heavy stone games, yeah. Don't ever believe a 12 sample. Braggart winning 2 out of 12. Animal Tamer is a little low. Grange kinda low, but I guess it's hard to play. 88 out of 212. Grange does win half the time it gets played, though. Same with Housemaster. This just in, Housemaster and Grange are the same. Estate Worker not very high. Gray in Shambles. I might have said Master, I meant Worker. Basket Maker's Wife kinda low. Lantern House, 2.2. Half Timbered was like 3.5, I want to say. Power. Oh, Rip Woodfield. And Hawk Tower. My precious Woodfield. Hawk Tower, really, not a great performance here. No, Scales was significantly higher than Lantern. Lantern's like 2.2 on a 3.2 ADP. Scales was like 3.1, 3.2, I want to say. No, Scales is 3.5 on a 2.1 ADP. Schnapp's not very high. It's kind of a specialist card. Tree Gardener kind of low. All that tells me is that people who might not be great with food are not great with Tree Gardener. So, whatever. Casual Worker. Average or a little below. I guess we're 230, so it's still in the top half, but that means we have a big bottom half of cards to get to here. Seasonal Worker, Butter Churn, Steam Plow, Reed Belt, Trap Builder. We're now approaching the bottom half, which starts here. Beating Rod? No way Beating Rod should be this low. Ebonist? Bottom half Ebonist? What are people doing? Bad at taking wood? Housebook Master, no love. Sorry, Fisherman's Friends believers. I'm sorry. It's just not the move. Thresher kinda low. Hide Farmer kinda low. Nutrition Expert low. How many of this Nutrition Expert Mandolin stuff is people throwing away their games to mass the effect and forgetting how to play Agricola? Fish Friend. Yeah, okay. Okay. Not catastrophic win rate when played. 27 out of 102. Fair enough. And these are fine too. Brickhammer though, losing card. I may have misrated it. Fodder Chamber. Night School. Whiskey? What happened with Whiskey Distiller? Do people just, like, play Whiskey Distiller and not take grade? People just don't play Whiskey Distiller. What a mystifying line. That's just mystifying. Yeah, 25% when played. Alright, I'm not trusting that line for my games. Maybe that's representative of the average table with minimum 200 elo, but I'm not going to use that for my games. Stable Master really low. Tree Cutter low. Truffles low. No! Tree Guard low. That's too bad. Market Crier. How do people win with Market Crier this much? Pitchfork? Did I miss Pitchfork? Yeah, Pitchfork kinda... Well... 28 out of 133 is not super inspiring. That's, like, under 25%. Manger kinda low. Scythe Worker low. Forest Inn doing badly. Sure, CW. Sure. Alright, so now we're gonna look for things that we think might be good, but they're showing up down here. I didn't think Sculptor was this bad. I just thought it had a couple of underperforming games, but maybe Sculptor is bad. Storehouse Keeper players, you might want to reconsider. 17 wins out of 126. Is that straight up 1 out of, like... No, it's not 1 out of 9. It's 1 out of... 7 plus? Retail Dealer was good, and Storehouse Keeper is not. Kinda surprising. More hints that if you're... Well, I don't know. Maybe Zizak has it internalized. Grain Sieve, underwhelming. Pellet Press, not good. Earthenware Potter. Here we go, all. Earthenware Potter. Less than 1 out of 5. Almost 1 out of 6 wins. Average draft 4.5. Power under 1. Cosmo, it is like 1,800 games. Wow. Earthenware Potter, right next to Wall Builder. We have Cattle Feeder. Surprising all of one person. Mushroom Collector sucks. Amazing. Love to see it. Large Scale Farmer not doing good. Soil Scientist really low. But you could argue it doesn't get played enough. Inners District is bad. Outskirts was closer to average. The Toilet really low. Toilet winning 13 out of 93 plays. You originally rated Earthenware Potter low, but it's been overperforming for you. Fair. I think there's a fair bit of skill in playing Earthenware Potter, honestly. Freemason is low. I think part of that's because it's just not playable in a lot of games. Only played 69 times out of 244 deals. But only winning 13 of those is a sad sign. That's less than 1 out of 5. Toilet. No, Storehouse Keeper's better than the Toilet. Toilet's really low. Early Cattle, not good. Full Peasant, not good. Small Animal Breeder, not good. Oven Site. Oven Site, no good. Most of this not too surprising. Building Tycoon doing very badly. Heart of Stone. Canal Boatman, bad. Ravenous Hunger, bad. Sculpture, power 0.25. That's just a playability issue. Which, I mean, is a factor. Minstrel, really bad. Woodworker. Oh boy, Woodworker's bad. Catcher, for my money, the worst card in the game. How many people... out of these 2 wins for Catcher, do we think both of those were trolls? Playing Catcher on the last move of the game when they were winning by 5? Because 4 plays out of 214 deals is the lowest play percent. Catcher wins 15%. Oh yeah, fair point, CW. Like if you have Trade Teacher Bookshelf, you're gonna play Catcher. Sugar Baker, 1 win out of 8 plays. Oh no, even 2 food. Even 2 food. 1 out of 32. And then Claw Knife we can't really trust because it mistakenly didn't have a point on it. So nobody's gonna play Claw Knife if it doesn't have the point on it that it should have. But maybe the biggest news of this stat drop is that even 2 food, 1 win out of 32 plays. Yeah, Merrick, something like that. Yeah, I mean, Claw Knife is bad, but it's like, its real power is probably close to 1 or 0.5. It's not 0. I think we can agree it shouldn't be 0, right? 32 plays out of 85 drafts? 2/3 of the time it's falling out of the draft. But when it gets drafted, it's played over 1/3 of the time. You mean this number is low? Not exactly sure what you mean, bulldozer. Alright, so, you know, a few surprises here and there, but for the most part, a lot of this makes sense. And a lot of it we have to adjust for, you know, lower rated players, less experienced players, surely not maxing out certain cards. Swing Plow and Childless, well known by this point. Easily optimized by the community. Bulldozer, it's all... So, almost 1,800 games without additional action spaces. 4-player ranked, minimum elo 200 with C&D and new. I mean, 1,800 games, pretty good. Yeah, it is only 3 months also. I didn't notice that. But that is going to be the majority of the new cards. It doesn't include previous history. We can take a quick look through additional spaces. A lot of build room stuff very high. Hardware store even higher. I don't feel like putting it into the spreadsheet. Woodcutter, pretty good. Not too surprising. Play support's a little low. Private Forest, good. Charky, decent. Well, I guess Charky was showing up as decent in the other one too. Hey, Tree Guard's fine in additional spaces. Yeah, so Merrick, the problem with that is the sample size might be pretty low. Like, you might go from 1,800 games to, like, 200 or less. So... we can take a quick look lower down here to see if there's anything fun that's bad with additional spaces. Horse-drawn boat, Childless, both really bad in additional spaces. Earthenware Potter's still bad. That's interesting. Greengrocer bad. Oh no, this is once per round Greengrocer. Freemason terrible. With additional spaces. Pellet Press bad is not what I would have expected. Midwife bad makes sense. Yeah, okay, nothing too surprising. Stage 1 actions precious in additional spaces, fair. Alright. Yeah, so Cosmo, as CW says, well, 56 to 80. Somewhere between 56 and 80 cards dealt in every game. So, let's call it like 65 or 70. Let's say 70 on average. So, 70 times 1787 divided by 512. Yeah, so 244 deals should be the average. And it's like right there, so. Math looks great to me in that sense. Alright, I guess I can share this sheet. Underdrafted and overdrafted would mean the ADPs are not correlated with power as much as we'd expect. And then dealt the fewest times. I mean, aside from the band, we can look at that. Half-timbered and brick hammer and gardener's knife and writing boards dealt the most. And then aside... Well, I should just do this. Aside from the band cards, hoof caregiver, loudmouth, cattle feeder, whiskey dealt the least. Yeah, but aside from the band cards, it's just like random which ones are dealt the most and least. Alright. I gotta go. Thanks all for watching the game and hanging out here for a bit of this analysis. Some cards were added in the middle, a couple of them, but for the most part, no. For sure, Nerdy Steve. It looks like someone is streaming a Can't Stop tournament. And, let's raid them. Okay, maybe I really need to go. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great day. See you all next time. Bye.